I'm always amused when people accuse me of being anti-Islam, as if it's a bad thing, and as if I've been trying to hide it and they've somehow caught me out. Aha, I see what you are now. You're just anti-Islam. Yes, well spotted, Sherlock. Indeed I am, just like every other sane person on earth. Why am I anti-Islam? Well, for the simple reason that Islam is anti-me, and it's anti every fundamental value I hold. If I were to accommodate its values in my life, I would have to violate everything that I believe in. I think that's an unreasonable demand, and as such, it is, of course, typically Islamic. In general, I don't like to be anti-anything. I prefer to be pro, but there's nothing in Islam to be pro about. The entire religion is built on a foundation of prejudice, injustice, and inhumanity, and I'm anti all of those. People say, well, you only focus on the bad things about Islam. And yes, I have to admit that if you ignore the bad things, the aggressive separatism, supremacism, and social intolerance, the relentless special pleading and phony grievance mongering, the psychopathic level of misogyny, the honour killing and genital mutilation, sanctioned by the Prophet incidentally, the rabid gay and Jew hatred, the intimidation and censorship, and the constantly present threat of violence over social issues, well, there isn't much wrong with Islam. It's perfectly kosher, if you'll pardon the expression. The trouble is, when you take these things away, there's nothing left. There is no Islam anymore because it is defined by these things, and we can see the evidence of this with our own eyes. We can see that wherever this religion goes in the world, it brings with it guaranteed intolerance, conflict and social division. And if it gets the upper hand, persecution and ultimately monstrous cruelty, and people always become less free, especially the female ones. Because I hold these opinions, I'm often falsely accused of hating Muslims, when in fact many of the Muslims I've met in my life I've liked as individuals. I just don't like anything about their religion because there's nothing about it to like. It's an absolutely outrageous ideology. If you made it up from scratch today, you'd be locked up for your own good. It brings out the very worst in humanity, and it gives power and authority to violent, sadistic savages.